Hi everyone, welcome to Chem 132. In this experiment or in this video, I'm going to show you how to determine the density of unknown metal by measuring its mass and volume. Right? It's very important that if you come to the lab, you have your goggles on to protect your eyes. You need to wear a face mask to prevent the transmission of COVID-19. Right, so you have to dress in the proper PPE before any lab, as you can see me here, right? So let's go on and start with the experiment. You have been given 3 different unknown metals to determine a density, right? You don't know the metal, but we can be able to determine a density and use that density to identify the metal. So I'm going to start with the unknown M, which we don't know its density and identity. So in order to do that, I'm going to take a sample, 5 different samples, which vary in both mass and volume. Like how you can see, unknown M, the first sample I take, this is smaller than that, so they vary greatly in mass and volume. So these are my sample, 1, 2, 3, up to 5. Will be good enough for you to be able to determine the density. So what we are going to do with these 5 samples is we will determine the mass and then we will determine the volume of each one of these. We are going to use analytical balance, which will measure our mass for us, the masses of the samples for us, and we're going to use a graduated cylinder, which will help us determine the displaced volume of the metals. So let's get started. So here is my analytical balance. As you can see, the reading is 0 now, right? Before you can measure the mass, you place this is a weighing paper, and you place it on it. And we don't want the weighing paper to be part of the weight of the metal, so we need to turn this to 0 so that the weight will not contribute. The weight of this weighing paper will not contribute to the mass of the metal. So let's close this and turn it. So now we should see 0 for the mass of the weighing paper. So let's go back to our sample 1. We have our sample 1. Let's determine the mass. So as you can see, this is the mass of the sample 1, right? We can do it again just to make sure. Let's take another weighing paper and measure it again. We're going to do this 3 times, right? So let's make sure we turn this weighing paper to 0. And then let's put the same mass on there the second time. Close it up. Right, so now it's stabilized, okay? We can do it 3rd time. We turn the weighing balance. So it's reading 0, 0, and it's stabilized. And we put the mass on there again. So you wait until the mass is stabilized, and that will be your final mass of the metal, right? Okay, so we are done with sample 1 in terms of mass. So we place it back into the sample 1. Make sure they don't mix, right? The way I have put it. And so let's go on to sample 2. I'm going to put it here. This is for sample 2. We turn our weighing paper to 0. And then we place our mass on there. Stabilize now. We're gonna do second time.